Hey everyone, I am Daryl Williams-Dewar. I want to welcome you to our Team Hyperlife What is Coaching webinar. Many of you have joined us this week in our open house on our team Facebook page. I want to thank you for that. You've maybe been invited by a friend who's a coach, and you're just really kind of curious about what it is we do and maybe wondering if this is a good fit for you. So tonight, hopefully you'll get all your questions answered. If not, then definitely whoever invited you, get in touch with that coach. And ask your questions and let's just figure out if this is a right fit for you and helping you to achieve your goals in life. So let's go ahead and get started here real quick. Let me get my screen share up. Okay, so Team Beachbody Coach Opportunity. What is this all about? I think before we actually get started into that, it would help if you do a little bit about who I am. Again, I'm Daryl Williams-Dewar. My wife Tracy and I are the founders of Team Hyperlife, which is a team of coaches with Team Beachbody. And I am a combined 8-star diamond coach. Tracy is a 3-star diamond coach. But really what's more important, I think, about this whole thing is that we actually were customers first. And that's where our heart is with this, is in the fitness side and the transformation and helping people to really achieve their goals and to, as Beachbody says, enjoy that healthy, fulfilling life. You see, back in 2006, I weighed 274 pounds. I had high cholesterol, I had high blood pressure, I was borderline diabetic. And we were actually at my dad's house in Nashville. And he pulled me aside and he said to me that he was concerned about my health and concerned about my weight. And then he asked me a very kind of a blunt question. And he said, who's going to be there for your family when you're gone? And that just really hit close to home for me, because I had sworn my entire life that I would never abandon my family, that I would always be there for my kids. I'd be a great dad, a great husband. And here I was every day, because of my lifestyle choices in terms of what I ate and how much I ate and my activity levels. I'm risking every day abandoning my family. And I didn't feel good. I mean, to be honest, I was sort of miserable in my own skin. And you can see in the bottom corner there's a picture of me kind of towards my heaviest. And I was always tired. I had no energy. I, would have, chest pains on occasion, which is probably heartburn, but it was scary. If I bent down to tie my shoes, I'm out of breath. And, life wasn't easy. I didn't have the energy to play with my kids. It wasn't the best. And so in 2006, when I'm kind of faced with this crisis, I had a decision to make, and I had to decide, hey, am I going to stay on this path I'm on now, or am I going to actually take a chance and risk and do something different to get some results? Because I tried all kinds of stuff before. I tried this diet and this pill and that pill and these shakes and that shake, just whatever. And nothing ever stuck before. It just, I would lose weight and I'd gain it back, and I'd gain it back. And it just seemed like I kept gaining more and more weight over the years. And so what I didn't tell you was that in 2004, 2 years earlier, when our oldest son, Reese, was born, Tracy was actually at home, and she's watching TV, and she sees this infomercial for a program called Slim and Six. And I was actually headed out the door. I was headed to church because I worked at our church, and she was at home with Reese. And she said, hey, I'm going to order this at-home video thing. I'm like, well, whatever, do what you want. I didn't say no. I just said, fine, whatever. But I said, my opinion at that point was that at-home workouts didn't work. And I thought you got better results going to the gym. And I thought that, that I had to go to the gym myself to be around other people and do all that stuff to get results. But obviously, you could look at me and tell that it wasn't working for me, what I was doing. So I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want. Well, she did it for I think about a week or two, and went back to work, and we got busy again, and it just kind of sat there. Now, I would be supportive, and we just got busy. Well, here it was 2 years later when I'm at my kind of crisis, and I had to do something. And honestly, I didn't want to do that workout. I just didn't. But it was the only thing that we had on DVD. You know, I had my Tybo videos, but they were VHS, and our VHS was broken, so couldn't do that because I thought that was more manly. But I did it. I started doing those workouts. I didn't even tell Tracy I was doing it. In fact, she would go to work in the mornings, and I was at home with Reese, and at that point, Sam was a newborn, and I didn't tell her I was doing it. And we were at my dad's house, I think, actually at Thanksgiving. And I think I lost 27 pounds the first 6 weeks with Slim and Six, and I kept losing the weight. And so it's probably about maybe 2.5 months in Thanksgiving, and I'm down 40 pounds. And everybody's asking me what I'm doing, and that's when, you know, I actually admitted, fessed up, well, I'm doing the Slim and Six thing. And she's like, what? You're doing what? I said, yeah. And it was actually at Thanksgiving that I went to the website for Beachbody, and I found P90X. And as I'm watching the stuff for that, I'm like, wow, that looks like it's really hard. And that's sort of like a guy's workout, and I'm going to do that. And it scared me to death, but I ordered it. And honestly, you know, at that point, I tried getting, you know, my brother and others to join me, and everybody said, yeah, whatever. So I did it on my own. I started in January of 2007. So between the end of August and April 1st, which is my 7-month journey, I lost 94 pounds. And what's really funny is later on that same year, I actually was featured in the infomercial for P90X. So those things I used to make fun of, I'm now featured in and a part of. So that's kind of my journey with Beachbody in terms of the transformation. What's really kind of funny, though, is that as I'm losing weight and doing these workouts, especially when I started doing P90X and begin to engage and stuff, yeah, every week I'm just literally just shrinking and I'm changing. And people are asking me, hey, what are you doing? And I would tell them about P90X and about the nutrition plans and the supplements and all this stuff. So you need to do this. And I would say, hey, Lisa, you go to the website, to beachbody.com, order this, and I'll help you out. And Tracy one day kind of just joked in passing, it's a shame they don't pay you for that. I'm like, right? And so then I'm on the message boards back then on Beachbody, which is kind of like Facebook groups now, kind of like our challenge groups, and we'll talk about those later. It was a support group for people doing P90X. And there was a lady on that group who actually began that group. Her name is Charlene Booker. And she reached out to me one day. She saw my pictures, and she's like, so I see your transformation. She said, well, are you a coach? I'm like, no. I'm like, what's a coach? She's like, well, does anybody ever ask you about what you've done to lose weight? I said, yeah, all the time. I said, well, do you help them to reach their goals? She said, oh, yeah. I said, I love doing that. She said, has anybody ever bought anything because you recommended it to them? I said, oh, all the time. She said, well, that is a coach. So the only difference is you're not getting paid right now. And I'm like, well, okay, well, let's fix that. And so I became a coach and had no idea that this would lead us to where we are now, to the level of freedom that we've been able to have as Beachbody coaches. Because, see, when I first started as a coach, I was actually working as a deputy sheriff in Tennessee, in Shelby County, which is Memphis. And Tracy, my wife, was a nurse and working at St. Jude. And we were on opposite shifts. Like I said, I was working evenings, she worked mornings. And so we never saw each other, ever. And we had, at that point, 2 kids. And we actually just found out we were pregnant with our third. Gabe was on the way. And, we're stressed out. We're overworked. I lost weight, so I feel a lot better. And that's going good. But we didn't have control of our lives. And we're living paycheck to paycheck, and we had no money, and we're just like, here we are, another baby on the way. And Tracy really, really, really wanted to be at home as a mom and to be there to raise a family. And honestly, I wanted to be home with my family too. Because my primary roles in life are husband and father. And I didn't feel like I was able to be my best at those with how our lives were at that point. And we love to travel. We want to go out and do things and enjoy that. We just didn't have that freedom back then. And because of Beachbody over the last, I guess, almost 8 years now, we have been able to have a level of freedom we could never have imagined before. Freedom with our to have time with our family, with our friends, to travel, to do whatever. Yeah, we moved to Texas last year. We're building our dream home. All this stuff has happened because of Beachbody and what this has done for us, and what coaching has done for us. So that's kind of my story. That's kind of where I'm coming from. Well, what's Team Beachbody's story? Well, Team Beachbody was actually founded way back in 1998. So, we're getting close to 20 years, which is kind of cool. But it was founded by Carl Deichler and John Congdon, and they really were in the business of infomercials back then, and they developed, at-home workouts they sold on infomercials. And you may have seen some of these back then. The Thin Thighs and Great Abs Guaranteed, and then Power 90 launched out at first. And, through infomercials, they were really able to give everyone equal access to this wide variety of absolutely world-class, proven, no-nonsense, in-home DVD workouts and fitness programs. And really, what set Beachbody apart from other companies really was that they took this risk and they created programs like Power 90 at first that required hard work and commitment. There's no magic pills. There's no quick fix. There's no, again, if you've ever done these workouts, then you know that you are required to commit and to work, and that your success is because you earned it. And that's the only way to actually have any kind of results with your fitness and health overall is you got to work for it. There's no magic pill. There's no magic shake. There's no magic. It's hard work and nutrition. Okay, so there's no quick fix. In fact, it's really kind of funny. Trace and I were at one of the coach summits out in LA, and just happened to meet John Congdon's former roommate. And he kind of laughed. He said, "Yeah," he said, I remember when John was first testing out Power 90 at home, and I kind of laughed at him and told him that wouldn't work, that nobody would ever buy that program because it was too hard. And he said, "I guess I was wrong." I said, "Yeah, I guess you were." It was just kind of funny. He kind of laughed about it. But again, Beachbody created this amazing opportunity where anybody could have these world-class trainers in their home with them, showing them exactly what to do to get results. And they started the online message boards, which is what I was on, for customers to talk about the results, to have support for each other, to motivate and encourage, and to invite others. And that's what we did. Well, so what happened was about 2006 or so, there was really kind of some pressure for them to begin to go into the retail markets. And they just, they kind of fought that because they looked at their business and looked at what was going on in the message boards and realized it was their own customers who were probably their best marketers. And so they decided to figure out a way to pay their customers to help other people and to spread the word. And so they did that. So in 2007, they launched Team Beachbody. And this, again, was really a way to just focus on their customers and help people get results so that, it's very easy. They were doing great selling programs on infomercials, but that wasn't just the goal to sell stuff. The goal was to help people to change their lives. And that happens with peer support. So, this really kind of represents a true commitment to Beachbody's core purpose, which is to help people to achieve their goals and to enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. And, as you look at these two screens, I imagine that every person listening and watching right now has either tried one of these programs or someone who has. And, that's the beauty of what we do with the Beachbody coaches, is that everyone knows who we are and knows about us, and they know that these products actually work. So if you look at this chart here of the revenue growth since the company launched the Team Beachbody side, the business side in 2007, look at the massive growth, and it's kind of really beginning to really take off. But this is all from word of mouth advertising. As people do the programs themselves, they get results, and they just share that with others. There's absolutely no shortage of people out there who need what we have. If you've looked at the news, obesity is an epidemic that's not going away. In fact, there was an article that just came out recently that showed that obese people now outnumber people who are just overweight. And people who are both overweight and obese is far too high. And so there's people out there who really, really, really need our help. And so this revenue growth is really just it's just showing that we've helped a lot of people. And the really good news is we have a lot of room to grow still. Carl's goal, he stated years ago, was he wanted over 1 million coaches. And we're not even really a fourth of the way there. And so we have this massive problem in this country of obesity, and we need people on board who are committed to achieving their goals and helping others to achieve theirs to really begin to just move forward and launch. And the thing that I really love about Beachbody, and that I've always mentioned that I really like, is what kind of makes us unique here, is that when you combine the fitness and the nutrition and the peer support together, and the rewards, what you have is a combination that nobody else has. You can't get all these things together in one place anywhere else. If you go to a gym, you might have the fitness side of it, but they can't really help you nutrition-wise. And the peer support, you might have that while you're there, but what do you do while you're away from the gym? We have the Beachbody Challenge where we have rewards and you can win money every day just by working out. They give away $500 a day just for working out. And how cool is that? And nutrition, well, there's Shakeology, which Shakeology is kind of really, I guess, Beachbody is kind of, I guess, marquee product, the thing that is only sold through coaches. And it really, it sounds maybe cliche, but this really is the ultimate daily dose of just dense superfood nutrition, absolutely with no compromise. This is the healthiest meal you will put in your body all day long. Because here's the thing, this is not just a protein shake. This is not just a weight loss shake. In fact, it's not really even for weight loss, although it can help with that. But what it is it's incredible super nutrients in every part of it. So you have proteins, you have vitamins, you have minerals. These all help you to reduce your hunger and your food cravings. It's got antioxidants, it's got phytonutrients, and these help to detoxify your body, and they help protect your body against damage from free radicals. It's got adaptogen herbs, which help to increase your energy and combat stress and help your body just kind of balance itself out. An adaptogen is just that it adapts to give your body what it needs. It's got prebiotics, probiotics, fiber, digestive enzymes, all these things to help you aid in digestion and promote regularity and help you to feel better and perform at your best. And honestly, there's nothing out there. And I've looked, and people tell me all the time, well, Shakeology is like this or like this or this, and I look at them, and when you compare them side by side, there's absolutely nothing else like it out there on the market. Period. There's just not. So for really, even for retail, for less than $5 a day, less than per serving, you get the equivalent of like over $40 worth of fruits and vegetables in one glass. And here's the cool thing. If you want to try this before you buy it, we actually have sampler packs you can get to just figure out which flavor you like the best. And like everything else Beachbody does, with Shakeology, there's a 30-day money-back, bottom-of-the-bag guarantee. So for 30 days, if you don't think you've had incredible results, and you've emptied the entire bag out, you can get your money back still. But I can tell you this as a coach, and I've been drinking this every single day for, I think, 6 years now. This really is what keeps us on top of our game. This keeps us healthy. It helps us to feel just incredible. Again, I've never seen anything else like it out there. Now, Shakeology, back up. We really do have something for everyone. So even the workout programs, you could be brand new, never worked out, and you need to start off with like the ultimate reset, which is just nutrition, which actually, I should tell you my dad's story sometime where my dad really thought he was dying a couple years ago, and came back and regained his health and reversed his diabetes and reversed his advanced neuropathy, lost like 70 pounds. He started off with ultimate reset. Maybe you start off with PIO, or maybe you're already an athlete and you need to something like, PNAX 3 or 2 or Insanity Asylum or whatever. The bottom line is we're all different, and Beachbody has something for everyone to help you reach your goals. And the thing is that these results are really proven. I mean, you can look at these pictures here and see all these people who have used these products and have used them to change their lives. They've gotten results. And the thing I love as I look at these pictures, and I never get tired of this, is you look at the pictures and you see the before and the after. And a lot of times you can kind of just see on their face the before that they're not where they want to be. There's something that they're kind of just not happy about. And in the after pictures, they've taken charge of their life. And that's what we are about. So we also have amazing peer support. Because here's the thing. In your journey to be fit and to be healthy, you're not in this alone. You have the support of Team Beachbody coaches who are absolutely amazing people. What I love is that we get to help create success with our friends. This is a community. So when you're starting your program, it's not just you by yourself at home. You're in an online group where we offer the peer support and the encouragement and the motivation to help you to reach those goals. And so what I love is, you get to create these friendships that will last a lifetime and meet people who you get to share life with and to have the freedom to do what we love doing together. And I absolutely just love being able to show people how they can achieve their goals and their dreams and do things that maybe they didn't even know were possible for them. So kind of here's a question for you, and maybe one you're already thinking, which is, what is a coach, right? Well, so let's kind of start off with what a coach does not have to be, okay? As a coach, you do not need to be a fitness expert or an expert in nutrition. Now, you certainly can be, and there's plenty of coaches who are in the industry of fitness and nutrition, who are dietitians and gym owners and trainers, all stuff. We're out there, but you don't have to be. You don't already have to even be at your own goal with your own fitness or your own nutrition. You don't have to be an experienced salesperson. In fact, I prefer that you're not experienced in sales, because that's not what we do. What a coach should be is somebody who is passionate about living their best life and reaching their goals, but also about how they can share with other people how they can change their lives and achieve their goals. As a coach, you should be committed to being proof that these products work, which of course means you're working out with a Beachbody program, whatever your choice is, PNAX, Insanity, 21-Day Fix, whatever, and you're drinking Shakeology and you're following meal plans. You should be committed to being proof that this stuff works, because that to me is an issue of integrity. And a coach should be committed to improving and developing themselves, because the only way you get better in life is by learning how to be better and watching what people do who have what you want and doing those things, and that's how you improve yourself. So, what does a day in the life of a coach look like if he was successful? Well, one, as a coach, you get to actually kind of set your own work hours. So you can start part-time and transition to full-time, which is what we did, right? Because if you remember me saying this in the beginning, when we began this business, we were working opposite shifts, so we didn't have time at all. We started very, very, very part-time, but within 2.5 years, I was making twice what I made at my job as a deputy sheriff. And so I quit and became a full-time coach. And so Trace and I have been full-time coaches together for now over 5 years. So, start part-time, keep your job, pay the bills, begin to work on building your future and building your freedom and building your wealth. And you can build online and you can build in person. Again, we're all different. Maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you just want to sit on a computer and post stuff on Facebook or Instagram or whatever else and build online, and that's fine. But you also can do things in person. And as you're out and you meet people and you discover who they are and what their goals are, and you help them do that. You just share your passion for what we do, and you attract people to you. Again, this isn't about sales. This is about attracting people to you who want what you have. They want your help getting what they want. Okay? So if you're successful too, you're going to bring commitment and discipline to your business. You'll make sure you get to events. You'll set aside time to do your business, whether you have 5 hours a week or 25 hours a week, whatever time you have, you block out time for it. You go to events, you go to Coach Summit, you go to Super Saturdays. That's what coaches do who are successful. We have lots of rewards, which is kind of fun. Obviously, the more people you help to reach their goals, the more rewards you get financially in terms of commissions or bonuses for team growth. And team growth is kind of a cool concept too, because you don't have to do this by yourself. As you begin, it's just you and you're talking to people and you're sharing, and you're helping them get started, and you get commissions that way. But as they get results and they want to help others, you begin to build a team. And so you can begin to get paid on this massive army of people who are out there, who are passionate, who are wanting to change lives, and you get paid a percentage off of what they do. It's just like any business, whether it's real estate or any kind of other sales, where if you're a manager or a broker, you get paid for what your team does. Well, the difference is you can start out with Beachbody as your own manager and start your own company. We have amazing fun trips. You may remember in the very first picture about me, there's a picture of us in Cancun with the family. That was a Beachbody trip that Beachbody paid for. It was awesome. There's recognition. We have lots of learning and personal development stuff that you can engage in that is very, very powerful. So how many people can say right now that they get these kinds of rewards at their current jobs? I know that wasn't us. So this is an amazing opportunity to do what you love and to love what you do. And to help you really kind of create these rewards, Beachbody has outstanding support. As a new coach, there's no guesswork on how to get started. You just follow a simple 7-day business quick start that goes you through exactly what you need to do your first week in the business. After that, you have a chance to get involved in the Coach Basics, Coach Training Academy. There's tons of marketing tools out there for you. Get on a call with your team leader. There is every week we have breaking coach news. There's a national wake-up call every week. There's newsletters. Pardon me. If you have a question, there's Coach FAQs. I do all that stuff on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. There are so many tools out there to support you and to help you to grow your business and to help you be the best version of you possible and to help you help others. So, what are your options here? You actually have the chance to become a coach. And with a coach, you say, hey, you know what? I'm really kind of ready to join your team and help others to achieve their goals with their health and fitness. That's your first choice. Your other option is, well, you know what? Maybe you just want to join a challenge group and achieve your own goals first with your health and fitness. Maybe you want to lose a few pounds first or whatever. That's fine. Either option is up to you. As a coach, there's a couple ways you can start. The way we recommend is with a challenge pack. One, because you're going to save a lot of money. So average savings with a challenge pack is anywhere from $50 to $80 that you're going to save. And they weigh the coach enrollment fee, which is about $40. So challenge pack gets you a fitness program, your first shipment of Shakeology on Home Direct, and a trial month in the Team Beachbody Club subscription. Well, Why is that so awesome? Well, that's awesome because that also gets you access to the Beachbody On Demand, where you can go online and access all these programs that Beachbody has online, and you can try out other programs that month for free while you have the subscription. You can also join with Shakeology HD plus the enrollment fee, or a program plus the fee. But again, by far the best value is the challenge pack. After that first month, there is an ongoing business service fee. It's $15.95 a month. It covers all kinds of stuff. Beachbody, provides media promotion, brand awareness. They spend millions of dollars a year on advertising. You have websites that are personalized to you, where people can go and they can order from you in your online store. You have a coach online office. Beachbody handles all the product warehousing, so you don't have to stock all this stuff yourself. Beachbody stocks it in their warehouses. So when somebody orders through your website, then Beachbody ships the order to them. They handle customer service. They handle the shipping, the billing, tech support, marketing, everything. We have training available for you. There's Success on Demand in your online office, where you have access to Success Magazine online. So this basically, for $15 a month, that's your overhead to run your own business. That is unheard of. That's an amazing, amazing deal. Your other option is to join as a customer. And it's the same basic thing. You get a challenge pack or Shakeology or just a program. And again, the challenge pack is by far the best deal. So in the next 24 hours, the person who invited you is going to kind of follow up with you, and they're going to ask you, so what did you like most about this presentation? And does Team Beachbody feel like a fit that can help you to achieve your goals? And which option appeals to you the most, coach or customer? So think about this. What can becoming a Beachbody coach do for you? Who can you help? Who do you know right now that it's already popped in your head who you can help them to achieve their goals? You can help them to lose weight. You can help them to lower their blood sugar. You can help them to whatever their goal is. Who can you help? And then what are your own goals and your own dreams in life? Because here's the bottom line. Do you want to do the same thing and get the same results you have right now, which is where I was 8 years ago? Or do you want to step out of your comfort zone and make things happen and begin to live your life by design and create the life you want, rather than live life by default and just react as things happen to you and let other people control what happens in your life? Our team is here to give you all the support you need to reach your goals. We have new coach training going on. We have team calls. We have team challenges. Bottom line, though, is we are a team. We work together. We're better together than we are apart. We have recognition. We have accountability. We want to help you accomplish your goals, because that is our mission as Team Beachbody coaches, is to help people to achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy and fulfilling life. So I just want to thank you guys for joining us for this webinar. And again, give the person who invited you and they're going to ask you those questions, and let them know, if this is the right fit for you. And so, guys, thank you again for joining us. You have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to meeting you and working with you and achieving our goals together. Take care, guys.